What up, y'all? Andy. Second team. Talking about Andrew Davis, Moses.
Automatically based on those events or conversions, and then remarket to them with your paid sources. Or you could essentially find out which sections of your website are the most useful.
Be it through organic searches, paid advertising, or social platforms. Navigation is a breeze. Simply access the acquisition tab from the menu on the left, followed by traffic acquisition. This report is your key to understanding the true ROI of your marketing efforts and traffic strategies. Unleash the potential of GA4's traffic acquisition report, bearing a resemblance to the Universal Analytics version, albeit with more streamlined features. Need a helping hand in navigating.
Just created this. Chance Reynolds. Shout out to Chance.
The wealth of resources and assistance that fits your traffic. Your one-stop destination for all things Google Analytics.
My client work that I'm working on, hey, I'm doing this concept, but I'm not about to do like, hey, log in and take my course. I don't always want to show people what I'm working on, but I can tell them what
contrary to popular belief,
I'm working on with visual cues. If the Google Analytics 4 logo is spinning in the corner, you know what I'm working on.
Yeah.
If the GTM, you know what I'm working on. If it's BigQuery, you know what I'm working on.
it's weird. I wonder why it's doing that. Give me a second. Trying to clean up a couple things, y'all. It's pretty fun to filter through these commercials, though. That's kind of how I'm using this now.
The internet right now is people are logging into their Universal Analytics property and they're getting a pop-up that is instructing them to create a GA4 property automatically based on their settings in Universal Analytics. The problem here is Universal Analytics is completely different than GA4. GA4 is much more based on engagement behaviors. Universal Analytics is more based on events and goals and things of that nature. So we're in a situation to where even if you were to auto-migrate, your setup is really likely to be incorrect. So instead, you need someone to go in and do it manually. And we're here to help.
I don't think that's correct, Graham.
And not only does it mean we'll consult with you, but we'll also offer you a playbook.
Incorrect.
Paulo was the first person I officially.
All right. So, GTM Containers. Let's talk about it. Don't forget, fixyourtracking.com. Fixyourtracking.com. It looks like this. I'm going to show you. Right there, discovery audit. You can also obviously watch me work live, which you're doing right now. But GTM containers, that's what we want to talk about. So I have this guy. It's an imported GTM container, and you can overwrite, you can merge, I can upload this whole situation and have it so that your conversion tracking is working like a charm. One of the things that we discussed yesterday was the login event. I think it was these guys. And just in case you're wondering, I'll go ahead and push this live again. We'll take a look. This is the account. Let me log out. I don't know, guys. I'm like really against trying to make this all super tailored and clean and nice. Instead, just show you the real deal, the real process. This is me working. I'm gonna use Purchase Masters a lot because it's, you know, it's a good example and it's straightforward. So you go to preview mode. Word to the wise, you always want to clear this out if you're running a new test. And then I'm also going to do something here, actually. Yep, this is the one. That's GTM. So these two, we'll focus on those today. Okay. Preview mode, got the tag assistant. This is a Chrome extension as well. Go ahead and show you that. Looks like this. No, it doesn't. Looks like this. Aye. It might be this one. I've never been here before. Get.google.com. Tag, you're it. Let's see. Yeah, there's a legacy tag. This is the one I got. I don't know why that's looking like that, but this is the one that I like, just to validate everything. And also, as soon as you open up a preview window, you have a tab over to the side instead of a window that you have to go hunt down. If you know, you know. Anyways, not logged in. I'm just on the site. I'm scrolling around, looking at stuff. Jump over here and you can see what's going on. I got a view item event, which is nice. Notice how there is no tag being fired. This is why it's important to use the data layer. It's not important, but you know, there's information here without having to have an official GA4 event. But we do have this view item situation coming in. I don't think you're going to see view item here. I'm pretty sure you won't. You'll see a page view, but that's about as much as you'll get. And so notice, pay close attention to the parameter values right here. Debug, we got session numbers, location, refer, visitor state, visitor type. That's because I'm pushing that information. So big shout out there. Oh, they might already be pushing that through the page view of that. I didn't even think about that. Okay, well, there's still more information here. Okay, so this is already in the page view event. That's got me curious, guys. Y'all get to see it live. You're watching me do this live, so let's see. Let's see how they've got their data set up. Let's see if they've manipulated the page view somewhere that I don't know about. No, not the Vimeo. No, not this guy. And I can't get too deep into this. They're not going to let me go into the gear icon. Ugh, frustrating. Somewhere they've manipulated the page view, which is really dope to be able to take it and do something with it. Actually, you know what? I know what to do. I know what to do. I don't think I can share this part. Just trying to be a decent human. Much commercial.
Client work that I'm working on. A quality visitor is someone to your site, does some kind of conversion or event on that site. I'm using Google Analytics 4 terminology on purpose. And then you're able to put them into an audience automatically based on those events or conversions, and then remarket to them with your paid sources. Or you could essentially find out which sections of your website are the most useful.
Yeah, good one, Jordan. I don't know on that one, guys. So what I'm doing on the screen that you cannot see, because I do want to be respectful to the client and everything, is I'm looking at their history settings and try to see where they made the change, where they manipulated the page view. There's one more place that I want to look. No, retention, internal, okay. Allow us to pause for this commercial break. Yeah, it's got to be in there. Okay, we'll come back to that later. I can share this. Okay, cool. So back to this guy. We've got this event called view item that's being pushed, and it's happening every time that you view an item. Revolutionary, I know. But we got the ID. So this is for internal. We got the value for internal. Notice that this says value, not price. These can be two different things, especially in a situation to where you're pushing information that's manipulated. So let's say that there's a coupon, and then the price for it is $299 instead of $399. The value is still $399 because that's like could represent like the internal value that they put on it versus how much the customer pays. And obviously that can be interesting. Then we've got even this Google Business vertical push is interesting. Makes me want to dig in and try to see what that might mean for them. I don't know why that just happened, but it disconnected a little bit. Okay, let me get on with it. So this audience on location situation, there's nothing that comes in and there's nothing that comes in here. However, I do have this GA4 event called login, and it is set up to push its own information in. So if I actually go to login, this is where we left off yesterday. So I'm just doing a, season 1 recap type thing. And we see where it really went down to. So not only the form starts there, could add more information here if we wanted to really, but anyways, form submit, you got everything there, ID, name, destination, anything my account. We can make sure that this is seen as a login event, even though we're not able to pull the information. So once we actually log in. Remember, each jewel is a page view. So if we close these down, you can see all the pages we've viewed so far in this session. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of these are, you know, homepage more than once. Looks like 3 times we've seen the homepage, but that's how you make sense of that. So the page that I'm currently on, I got there after this message fired at the beginning, where we have visitor state, visitor type, email, hash, visitor name, ID, the page that they're on, page title, what type of post it is, post ID, and some other information. Now, if I wanted to, I could get into this data layer push and add even more parameters in here. That usually is a touchy subject, depending on the client and depending on the workforce that we're talking about. But I usually have to talk to a dev in order to get that done, or I need to go to a place like Pastebin and build it out myself. Actually, I probably could show you guys Pastebin. I just don't know if they're gonna hit me with a whole bunch of like strange ads. I just went and changed my YouTube music to MP3 and I got a whole bunch of like anime. I can't say that word on the live stream because it'll get banned. So something like this. All right, cool. That's safe. I had to just make sure. So this is me, J Hill BHT. And if I go to, I haven't done this in a while. Oops. All right. So these are some of the joints that I've made in the past. I want to think. I think this is a login test. Yeah, here we go. So this is essentially a data layer push and what it would look like with the event login. User ID is ABC123, but really that would be a variable, obviously, some kind of an identifier. We could pick pricing plan. I can go session number. I think I can edit this thing. Okay. I just got to remember how to do this because it's been a little while. Then I could go visitor, login, state. I think that's the correct naming convention. And then I could go yes or no if I wanted to. And then after you push the dashes, you have ev, etc. So I could go, there's a million different things I could go. Product ID. I wanted to make sure I understood what product ID was being. Then you would have a variable here, obviously. ID. And then I could go, say product. I'm not going to do this too much, but category, something like this, etc. So you can go as far as you want to on this. The idea, at least the idea for me, is to have the minimum of what is actually useful. So data layer is essentially a way to get information into the system without having to fire a tag, specifically a GA4 event, really, and still see things. Okay, hope that makes sense. Now that I'm logged in, I'm going to move around the site. I'm gonna watch this video. Let me see if they have a video. I think this is how you get to it. It's been a while since I did this. Got this, and then see full collection. Yo, where are the videos at though? They're asking me to add a cart, but I'm not going to do that. So I can go back and I can jump in. This direction. I know Nikki's works. Okay, so let's say that I'm starting this. So I'm skipping around. I'm in her video. Now, if I jump back over to preview mode, remember that this all happened way back here. This is the message. So since I first showed you, well, I last showed you this, this is everything that's happened on page. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot going on. So what I care the most about personally is seeing things like video. So if I get up here, if I go to summary, I can see everything that happened in this session. Notice that there's not like a, oh, there's nothing for video play. Interesting. Oh, that's because I built it on the other site. Dang. Okay. I don't think I want to do that right now. It's a little too much. But so the reason this isn't showing up is because it's a Vimeo player. So if I jump over to here and I inspect this, well, I could have also, anyways, it says Vimeo here. Control F, Vimeo. See, you can see it's Vimeo. There's 22 instances of Vimeo here. And I like this idea of a trailer button. This is a trailer video is what they're calling this. And so there's a way for me to, if I wanted to, just create a trigger based on the button type being Vimeo. But we're not going to do that right now. So pretty interesting stuff. Why does this matter? So the reason I care the most about this is, I'll show you guys where I kind of messed it up, but or I messed up showing you guys properly. But here I created this Vimeo button player as well as a Wistia. And I did this because for some reason I did not believe I had access to the GTM. But if it's on Wistia, if it's on Vimeo, it doesn't matter. Essentially, you can take this container where I'm testing and I can insert this on any website. And I do that through this Chrome extension, AdSwerve. It's tricky to use, but it's doable. So you use what's called a Vimeo listener. What a listener does is it looks for a certain type of element and a subsequent interaction to happen right alongside it. So this event called Vimeo is going to be based on a video action data layer variable, as well as pulling in video status and some other stuff. And those look like this. I put DLV, you're going to see these. These are all things that one reason or another, I built these in order to go into the data layer. But then there's also the built-in stuff. There's not any built-in ones. Here, let me show you. I promise they exist. I promise they're real. All right. So when you go to configure, I mean, everybody's different. I like to toggle all these on. I do it less nowadays, but it's nice to have quick access to all this stuff. And if you're reading some of these as we go through them, you can see that all these are variables that can tell us different things about different parts of the website, from pages, utilities, errors, clicks, forms, history, and videos, scrolling, and visibility. So by default, I'm able to pull video provider, status, URL, title, duration, the current time, the video percentage, and if the video is visible or not, like on the page to the visitor. So that's kind of how you use those. Again, if I go here, I'm going to see that there is a video event that I'm going to be looking for to come from the listener. And when that hits, I want this GA4 event to fire. Now, a listener is useful. However, it's just a tag. It's a tag. I have to essentially push this thing live so that it starts listening. But once it starts listening, you know, there's events that you might want to shoot over to different tools. So for me, I would like to see this listener pick up on the fact that there's a certain type of video being played. In this case, Vimeo. If you're using Kajabi, then it would be Wistia, I think is the native video player. These are all things that are more custom. They're not out the box. It's not YouTube. So YouTube looks a lot like this, and you're going to see the difference. And that's why I want to show you this, between doing it that way and doing it this way. I wonder if they actually have like an official YouTube tag template of some sort. I don't think I've looked besides this one from Simo Ahava. This is the loader. This looks like that. And the idea with this one is to allow it to play in the iframes, I believe. And that's more the architecture of your website. Let me make sure. Let's learn together, huh? Damn, how do I get to it though? Hold up. Actually, it's already here, so it's going to be here. And then how do I get to the gallery? You know that section that I just sped through? That's where I'm trying to get back to. I'm so smart. Damn. I got an idea. Okay. I'll bet it's down here. Yep. Let's try this again. You guys know what better way to do this. This is just a dirty way. Oh well. I'm just trying to get it done. To be honest. All right, so I wanted to read this. Simple tag that loads YouTube iframe IPA on the page, necessary for lazy loading videos to work with GTM's YouTube triggers. So lazy loading videos. So that would mean that these are videos that do not even come available in the frame. So you wouldn't even see them on the page. When the page is loaded, they're not made visible until you scroll to them. And at that point you can use them. But this allows you to see them even before that. So, all right. I think I just confused myself and everyone else. No, I'm just playing. All right, so YouTube video, this is what you would use. This is a trigger. This is like a really dope trigger, very useful for videos. And this is essentially why you have to create a listener. A listener has all these capabilities built into it. However, this trigger is pretty cool because I can make it so that it doesn't even go unless the video is completed. It doesn't even go off unless the video started. It doesn't even go off unless the video is paused or if there's certain progress. So we could go 10, 20, 30, then let's escalate it 75, 90, and then complete is already here. So I wouldn't want to go 100. If I didn't have complete and I just want to do these progress metric, I could also go 100 here. That'll be fine. And then, you know, stuff like this. I experiment with these things when I don't really know how they're going to work. And to be quite honest with you, my learning style is more that of trial and error. And that's why I love GTM so much, because I can just go into preview mode, or I can go to GA4 and go to debug mode and just play around. Figure it out over time. This tea does not taste good. There we go. Okay. think it's time for a commercial. Which one? Let's play this one again. Yo, what's the deal with the volume though? I can't hear it.
And there's this concept.
Yo, this shit ain't working, bro. Come on, y'all are killing me. All right, no worries.
I'll give you a hint.
How much is
bad data really costing you? I'll give you a hint.
Loop these joints. What I'm gonna do, I think, is have Paulo
Quality visitor is someone who comes to your site, does some kind of conversion or event on that site. I'm using Google Analytics for terminology on purpose.
So I can just push play and let it do what it does.
And then you're able to put them into an audience automatically based on those events or conversions.
It is kind of weird to be watching myself in that way. Let's do this. Okay. How, bro? That was wild. I'm not really sure how that went down or how that happened. All right, cool. A lot of strange stuff going on, y'all. Okay. So then you can do that. I can do some videos, so then I would be able to identify the video in various ways. These are default. I just added these. This is why I did it, is because it's so much easier to quickly have access to all the different video titles, URLs, statuses, whatever. So I can go provider. I only want this to happen for the YouTube videos. Let's say that. But then this trigger would only work on those. That's how this works. But a trigger is nothing if it's not tied to anything. So in this case, if I had that, I could also tie it to a YouTube. And then I could say video. Probably would go this direction. And then I could go here, video title. Or actually status would be good too. So then whenever you see it in the data layer, or I'm sorry, in the event reports, you would see it come across that way. So it would come in here and you would see those. So it would say, what was the naming convention? My bad. YouTube video underscore, YouTube underscore video underscore whatever. Pause, completed, start, percentage, complete, whatever you want it to say as a variable on the backside. So the reason that is useful, I know you're probably watching this and like, yo, okay, whatever. But in addition to having that information there, you can also use the event to group people and then build an audience. So let's say that I have video statuses of started, paused, completed. Let's say I wanted to create an audience based on YouTube video underscore complete, right? I could build an entire audience for people who have completed the video. Imagine using it in an application where you had like, I don't know, onboarding, personnel onboarding, training of some sort, or you needed to be able to tell if somebody completed a certain amount of videos before you give them access to the next. or maybe they have an assignment where they have to, all right, we're about to have this Zoom call, but we need to make sure that everybody's watched all 4 videos. You can see it. Not only can you see it, you can also see when they did it. So imagine somebody waiting until the last second and you're about to hire, and you want the people who get done with their work ahead of time versus last minute type thing. Anyways, simple, practical ways to use this. In addition to that, obviously I can see all kinds of information in here. This is, again, data layer stuff going on. And, these people are still logged in. But in addition to that, so I know that they're logged in, but then whenever they view this item, something else is put into the data layer. You have to be careful about that because this is a temporary storage. The thing about a data layer push is it's temporary storage. So you don't want to use it if you don't need it, and you don't want to use it if it's going to erase what was previously in the data layer. So that's it's always something to keep in mind. This is pretty dope because you can jump here, use the duck tool, and you're going to see a lot of the same. If I'm on the right tab, if I'm looking at data layer, if I am looking at page load, I can see not only the product that they're on, and all this is here and available. I can see details around the product. It's in this array. Let's call it an array. We have to open up all this. So we got the name, got the SKU, category. They even got a category. They got a price on there. Stock level, that's not relevant. I think what they ended up doing is they used probably a push that had all this array set up a certain way. But that's like never going to be an issue. We're selling a course. It's not a product that can run out of stock. Anyways, so it's fun to look at that and understand what's going on here. On top of the fact that we know that this customer is logged in and they're doing this, we can also see all these other details. And we push from there. You decide what you want to push. You decide what pieces of this information can be used to either build an audience, understand customer journey, remarket to an audience essentially, and just monitor activity. If you noticed that every single time someone signs up for your course or whatever, they don't seem to log in for a couple of days, you could change your behavior around and make sure that, people get an email on the first day or the second day to remind them to get started on their course, or you incentivize them in some other way. So it's just kind of a peek into behavior. I think that's the main thing that I've been noticing about this tool is it's a peek into behavior. It's a peek into the idea of tracking. And if you could track at will, what would you want to see? And what would you want to monitor? And what would you try to understand if that was the case? So anyways, that's all I got for today. FixYourTracking.com. Watch this and listen to me. I can remove this. This is crazy to me. All right, so we'll get further and further in. Don't have a whole lot to say other than, hey, that's really useful. And guess what? You can get all that in a container. Yay. So I can give you this entire situation. It's a build out. you would go into your Google Tag Manager and buy from me. Go to fixyourtracking.com, check it out, and have a meeting with me, explain to me what you're trying to do. Then once you're ready, you would just, I'm not going to show you because I don't want to show you anything you shouldn't be seeing, but you would choose your container file from a file that I'm going to send you that you'll download, and you'll be able to upload that file, add it, and you will have the capability. Will you know exactly how to do everything? No, nobody does. I mean, when you get your current laptop or whatever, do you have everything lined up already? No, it's not like that. However, we will have the capability, which is super important. Having the capability, taking the time to set it up, taking the time to give it a test run and realize what's going on, I can help you with those things. But as far as going really deep in the deep end of configuring it to your liking, you can do that. Or you can have me do it for you for a fee, obviously. But I just wanted to give it to everybody without saying, hey, here's a GTM container from scratch. Go do everything I just built. Instead, you'll have a starting place. So hopefully that's useful to you. All right. That's all I got for today, y'all. Yeah, check us out, and I'll talk to y'all soon. All right. I think that's as far as we're going. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Maybe later today. We'll see.